Hi, this is Tomu. In this short video, I'm going to talk about the patient health dataset analysis, explain the main insights I discovered, and finish with the overview of the dashboard I created. The datasets includes basic patient information such as age, gender, BMI, and some blood values like glucose. Mm, For this project, I focus on the three main questions. First, whether gender affects health status. Second, the relationship between BMI and body fat percentage. And third, which type of factors, external, internal, or blood, show the biggest difference for diabetes. Before analyzing the data, I cleaned the dataset and added a few helpful fields. Uh, including gender label, diabetes label, and disease label. This made it easier to use the slicers on the dashboard. And once the data was prepared, I explored each of the three questions. Firstly, for the first question, I compared health status between males and females. The results show that female participants have more disease cases than health cases, while males have more health cases overall. So there is a clear difference between the two groups, but the gap is still moderate, and gender alone doesn't strongly predict health status. Other factors play a much more important role, which becomes clear in the next two questions. For the second question, I looked at the relationship between BMI and TBFR. The scatter plot shows a clear positive trend. As the BMI increases, the body fat percentage also increases. The trend line has an R square of 0.5711, which means the relationship is moderately strong. BMI explains a large part of the variation in body fat, not all of it, because people with the same BMI fat values can still have different levels of body fat. Okay, now for the last question, I compare three types of factors to see which ones shows the biggest difference between diabetes and non-diabetes cases. External factors like BMI had the smallest change, only about 8% increases. So BMI doesn't really separate two groups. Internal factors such as visceral fats had a much bigger difference, around 44% higher in diabetes groups. But the biggest gap comes from blood factors, especially glucose, which is more than 50% higher for patients with diabetes. So the ranking is clear. Blood factors are the strongest indicators. Internal factors came second, and external factors like BMI have weakest influence. And here is the final dashboard. It includes two slicers that allows you to filter by gender or diabetes, like this. Like this, and each chart is linked to one research questions. The layout makes it easy to compare different subgroups and explore the dataset without going to another sheet. Okay, so these are the main insights from my analysis. Overall, BMI and body fat show a clear relationship, and blood factors, especially glucose, are the strongest indicators of diabetes in this dataset. Okay, this is all. Thank you for watching.